I am hooked, okay? I'm just over here like, family. It's your favorite queer radio personality, Anna DeShawn, and this is Queer News, your favorite weekly news pod where race and sexuality meet politics, culture, and entertainment. Q Crew! Q Crew! Family, thank you. Q Crew, thank you so much for your continued financial support of this podcast. I truly could not do this podcast without you. We don't have a brand, we don't have a sponsor. We all we got. So thank you so much. And if you're watching this and you aren't part of the Q Crew, please consider it. It starts as low as $5 a month. So if you believe LGBTQ stories need to be amplified, if you love and respect how I report on the news, please join the Q Crew. A link is in the show notes with all the details. Now, family, I'm going to start the show with good news. From now until I decide to change, I had a homie tell me that we be playing good music and then all of a sudden there's a sad story. So, we can change this because I run this. So, from now on, good news to start the show. So, let's jump into it. Let's start with Boston. Now, Boston has declared itself a sanctuary city, which means that they are putting 10 toes down in the ground, that they stand firm and believe LGBTQ folks, our trans siblings, deserve humanity and respect and protection. Boston City Council voted 12-1, 12-1 to declare itself a sanctuary city. Now, what in the world does that actually mean? Let's get into that. It means that taxpayer-funded agencies will not comply with federal efforts to strip resources that safeguard our rights. Okay. It also means Boston will not cooperate with federal or state policies that harm our trans siblings, our gender diverse siblings, okay, and remains dedicated to ensuring their access to health care, to housing, to education, and employment without fear of discrimination. Counselor at large Julia Mejia said this: Boston is not going to back down. We're seeing attacks on our trans loved ones, and here on the local level, a lot of folks are feeling helpless. And as we all know, it's not just people in Boston that are feeling helpless. So many of us are feeling helpless. But I hope that the folks in Boston, when they heard about this sanctuary city status, that they felt a little hope. They felt like some people around them in their own communities believed in their humanity. Yeah. And it gave them a little reason to smile that day. That's what I hope. I also hope other states begin to follow their lead, as they have followed the lead of states like California, Colorado, Connecticut, Illinois, Maryland, Minnesota, New Jersey, New Mexico, Vermont, and Washington. Even though having a sanctuary city status isn't law, it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference. And given the state of the federal climate against our LGBTQ fam and our trans siblings, sanctuary city status matters. Way to go, Boston. Now, in more political news, reports came flooding in, social media, email, news outlets, that the Trump administration is considering cutting the CDC's HIV prevention budget. It's not just about cutting the funding, it's also about moving the office under the Department of Health and Human Family Services. Why even do that? And family, we're not just talking about a little bit of money here. We're talking about $700 million in funding that they are considering cutting. Can we talk about the impacts that would make? If they really do decide to do this, it would mean cuts to local health departments, community nonprofits that depend on this money on the ground would no longer exist. We would inevitably see the rates rise again, education fall, and lives lost. And we know what happens when the federal government turns a blind eye to HIV. There's a generation that will never forgive Reagan. Now, let's get real specific. If they decide to cut this funding, it would completely eliminate the Ending the HIV Epidemic Initiative funding, within the Ryan White HIV/AIDS program, okay, and the CDC's Division of HIV Prevention. It would also mean defunding the Special Projects of National Significance program within Part F of the Ryan White HIV/AIDS program. That's cutting over $15 million in funding for the Minority HIV/AIDS Fund and eliminating the entirety, right, of the SAMHSA Minority AIDS Initiative funding. And that's a loss of roughly $119 million. So these cuts would directly impact Black and brown folks in a way that we haven't seen in decades. So this is the time to act. Use all that anger, use all that sadness, all that disappointment and that rage. Yes, and we got to get to work. You got to call your congressperson, you got to call your senators and tell them that the Trump administration cannot cut the CDC's HIV prevention budget. I like the 5 Calls app. If you've never seen it, never used it, check it out. You put your information in and it pulls up your congresspeople, your senators. It gives you a script for the issue that you'd like to address. That app is the business, okay? And this is the time to use it. We cannot have them cut the funding to HIV prevention services. Now, let's jump into some culture and entertainment news. And I always say, culture and entertainment will get us through, okay? It's going to get us through the next 4 years and beyond. And if you have opened up your TikTok app in the last 10 days, then you have seen Doechii's Anxiety going viral with that collab that she did with Will Smith and Tatiana Ali, a throwback to the 90s sitcom Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yo, anxiety keeps on watching me. Come on. Somebody with 2 left feet, come through. Okay, I'm just anxiety. Watch me. I love it. I love it. And not just because the song is good and the beat is good, it's because she's actually talking about something a lot of people can relate to, which is anxiety. And that's why we're going to start this show with some good news from now on until I make a change, okay? Because what's happening to our bodies and to our humanity right now is absolutely causing anxiety. But to shake it off, okay? Let's shake it off. Come on, we're going to shake it off with Doechii, all right? Yes, we are. And let me just share with y'all some numbers because this trend, this plan, right, to start with a TikTok sound is working. I checked the other day. It's already up to 89 million streams on Spotify. Okay. The videos with Will Smith and Tatiana Ali, one is well over 270 million views. The second video was well over 119 million views. And she's already on the Billboard charts. This is that hit. And I am so happy for Doechii. I'm so happy for her. And I'm happy for us. Okay. I'm happy for us. And let me just read you some of these lyrics so you can really understand that she really talking about a thing, okay? It goes, and most of the time I be stuck in my mind, made mistakes, ain't no way to rewind, but fuck it. We get over shit over time. It's all love till you get out of line. Like, you knew one day you would shine, huh? You knew one day you would read through the lines. If they fucking with you, it's fine. You just make sure you get back like a spine, huh? Anxiety, keep on trying me. Feel it quietly, trying to silence me. Anxiety, shake it off of me. Somebody's watching me. It's my anxiety. Whew, child. Now, if you driving or biking or cleaning up while you're watching or listening to this podcast, don't raise your hand, okay? But just nod your head if you can relate. Just nod your head if you can relate. If this hits you the way it hit me, okay, just keep nodding your head. Thank you, Doechii. Thank you.
From day one, again, full strength, they counted us out. Cod down, they counted us out. Azaré out, they counted us out. Angel down, they counted us out. What they gonna say now? What they gonna say now? What they gonna say now?
What they gonna say, coach? What they gonna say? Absolutely nothing. That was Coach Nola Henry during the post-championship game on the court interview with Taylor Rooks, okay? And if you don't know, Nola coaches the inaugural, unrivaled champions, the Rose Basketball Club, okay? Now, if you don't know, this team is composed of the Angel Reese, the Chelsea Gray, okay, Kalia Copper, Brittany Sykes, Azure Stevens, okay, and Lexi Hall. They played with so much heart this season, okay? And if you look at the standings, they were ranked number 5, and they still came out on top, huh? They still got the crown. They were written off by absolutely everybody. The Owls had only lost one game all season, but they lost their second one on that championship day. That championship day, the Rose came to play. Okay. Now, Unrivaled posted their season stats, and it has been so impressive. Okay. They reached more than 11.9 million viewers. They surpassed $1 million in ticket sales. They surpassed $1 million in merchandise sales. Yeah, they did. They locked in over 20 corporate partners. They reached over 730,000 people on their social media platforms, like followers, over the last 10 months since the announcement was made. Yeah. And you want to know the cherry on top of this delicious Sunday that is women's basketball right now, okay? Is that they were able to raise $35 million in investment capital to keep this league going. Do you understand how major that is? This league was founded by 2 women. Women founders can do the thing if given the opportunity. And I love this for Nafisa Collier, Brianna Stewart, and all of their colleagues who have been able to benefit from their audacity to dream this big. Come on, Unrivaled. You better let them know. I cannot wait till next season. And it is in that spirit that it's time for Anna's Got a Word, because y'all know Anna's always got a word. And the word for this week is perseverance. Okay? Nafisa Collier tells the story about how many no's they received when it came to investing in the league before they got started. And they still said, no, this is needed. We can make this happen. This is the moment. They persevered. Didn't let those no's get them down or dissuade them from making this happen. So family, if you out here, right, you trying to build something, you trying to do something different, don't give up. The blessing could be just around the corner, okay? All right. Deal. I'll see y'all next time.